Right, going to take a look at another part of the Enterprise range now, the rubber pellets. Been absolutely empty in water, isn't they, mate?
Yeah, they're very, very good.
You can see why as well, can't you? I mean...
Yeah, but I have to question how many people try them, really. Where they are used and people have cottoned onto it, they're dead effective, but I've been quite a few venues where people aren't onto it yet, which is a surprise to me, you know.
Definitely, especially these days. I mean, a lot of the waters that most people are fishing are stocks lakes, aren't they?
Yeah.
With pellet-fed fish.
Yeah, some of the more popular sort of strains of fish they've got in there, without naming any names, they're really onto them, aren't they? You know.
That's it. I mean, they're fed them from that sort of side, aren't they?
Yeah, all the way through the life. Yeah.
For them, it's more of a natural food than a natural.
Yeah. Plus, every man and his dog's using bags now with various pellets in. You know, if you've got cray problems, people are using. You know, the pellets because of that as well, and people are using nuggets, so there's different pellets to suit every kind of scenario, really.
Covered the range, hasn't he?
Yeah, even washed out ones, you know.
Like the match guys have been using them as well.
Have they?
Because it's more like the coarse pellet, isn't it? The dry sort of coarse pellet.
It's a bit softer as well.
Got to cut the rig side up there, mate, you know.
Yeah.
Shall I have a little look at those?
This would be one that I typically use for a lot of the fishing. Just a small hook again. Not too dissimilar to what we'd use with the corn, and I tend to mount the pellets lengthways. I had to mount them this way with real pellets to try and get more time out of them, because with a nugget of that size you'd get maybe 6 hours if you were lucky.
Right.
And that's even if it was soaked in sunflower oil or to waterproof it. Maybe you get 10 hours out of it, but you weren't ever sure if it was still on or not, you know. So I had to mount it that way. But that's generally how I do it.
Another little tip for that is if you're using a bag to actually put a large bright buoy in with the bag.
As a decoy,
yeah.
Right? So they avoid that one.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But this one here, for example, I use these on the continent quite a lot, especially if you've got the poisson chat and the crayfish trouble. It is quite buoyant, but you can trim them down. You can use a shot conventional style to pop it up, or else there's a hole in the bottom, and I just get a bit of the old tungsten putty and put that in the hole to counterbalance it, you know.
Right. I mean, one of them balanced over a bed of pellets.
Yeah, or even just, you know, you can put the nuggets in with a throwing stick.
Can you?
Yeah, I bait up with the stick and just fish these over the top, and that's been really successful.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you can bait up quite heavy with them, because if you've got crays in, you're going to get them trashing everything, but the carp still want them, so you come in and then you know your hook bait's there. You can keep topping up like a match angler, you know, especially in France when some of the big venues have fished, in England as well. If people were to try it more, I mean, that's one of the things they think, oh, well, I've got a spod or do this, but as I say, you try a 20mm halibut pellet in a throwing stick, you'd be surprised how far they go. They whistle out.
Right.
Yeah.
I suppose if you're scattering them about, it's like boilie fishing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like boilie fishing.
Keeps the fish moving.
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with the Guys Lake Syndicate.
Oxford?
Yeah, Oxford, near Linear. It's part of their complex, really. But my mate Mark Dowd was fishing on there, and he'd been down a few times and had a couple of smaller fish. But people were using the pellets on there, and there was 2 new members to the syndicate come, and they had fish up to 43 right next door to him. And he was being dead particular, but he was mad on using real pellets. So he went down chatting to these 2 fellas, and they were pretty open with him and that, and they said, are you on the plastic pellets? And he went, nah, I'm on the real thing, mate, surely they're not as good as that. And they said, we don't know why it is, but we've fished both, like I was saying, and we're having them. So they gave him a couple. He had his personal best on that session, 39.2 I think it was. He rung me up to say, and he told me the story, like, you know, and I thought, well, I better be having a look at these, because I hadn't used them that much up to that point. That was about 5 years ago, I guess. And then when I started to try them a little bit, you know, I thought, oh, there's definitely worth a shout, these, you know. But it's that leap of faith again to get your mind round using them, you know.
Definitely. So do you actually flavour them like you did with the corn?
Well, you can buy ready done flavoured ones. Seafood type flavours in there, some fish oils in there. It's all blended, and they smell really quite nice, you know. But I've caught loads on the unflavoured though. I don't think it seems to be as important with these. You know, I think it's just that they're eating the pellet that's already there and just sucking the line. So, you know, I mean, I must say I haven't caught on singles of these, just banging one of them out like I would with a visual thing like corn. But for fishing over pellet or nuggets or anything, it's very good.